Naruto is a very complex series, with a lot of different stories and tales. A lot of things could not be told during original manga, and that was the reason why after Naruto manga was finished, several novels have been released, which were primarily focused on other main characters like Kakashi, Shikamaru, Sakura, and etc. One of the novels, which was released in June 4, 2015, was Gaara Hiden, a Sandstorm Mirage, which as the name suggests, is the novel about Gaara. This book is 100% canon and is part of the series. A lot of interesting things have happened in this novel. Several interesting characters also made their debut in this novel, and one of them was Shijima Hoki, a mysterious kunoichi who wields blue Sharingan, and this is the topic I want to talk about today. But before starting, I want to ask you all to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more. I hope all of you have a great day, and let's start the video. This novel begins with explaining the harsh situation Gaara is in as a village leader. After the Fourth Great Ninja World War, the Wind Daimyo has been reluctant to fund issues that arose as a result of the Fourth Great Ninja World War's victory. Compensation to families of shinobi who died during the war, or rehabilitation costs for those who were injured. It was currently Gaara's job to try and get the money for these issues from the daimyo. Also, there was a lack of missions for hidden sand ninjas because the feudal lord was hiring ninjas from other villages, since they were much cheaper. Because of that, the villagers were upset and a lot of them blamed Gaara for not knowing how to negotiate and manage the necessary things. His public likability had also decreased, so much that young people wanted Kankuro to replace him as a village leader, because unlike Gaara, who only gave orders from his office, Kankuro did missions with them, and it could be said that they admired him a lot. Also, Kankuro was the leader of Counter-Terrorism Division. The goal of this division is to locate and arrest wanted criminals, who are listed in the bingo book. Because of that, Kankuro's popularity increased to the degree that people said that he should be the Kazekage and not his younger brother. However, this was not the only problem Gaara faced in this novel. Ebizo, current head of the council, asked to discuss something with Gaara. As he slowly builds towards the topic he has in mind, Gaara tried to guess what minor personal issue it was. He was caught off guard when Ebizo revealed that he and the rest of the council would like Gaara to get married. Because Tamari was going to be married into the Konoha clan, any child she would have would be Konoha ninja. If Gaara and Kankuro died before producing heirs, that would mean that a Konoha ninja would have a claim to the Kazekage position, something that the council wanted to avoid. Therefore, they would like Gaara to find a wife so that he could, in turn, have children. Gaara tried to deflect their suggestion by pointing out that Kankuro, being older than him, should get married before him. He was informed that Kankuro had already been approached about it and that he successfully argued that Gaara, as the Kazekage, should marry first. The council insisted that their interest in seeing Gaara married was more of a recompense for turning him into a Jinchuriki years ago than it was a political matter. Unable to argue out of the situation, Gaara accepted the marriage meeting that the council had arranged. Hidden Sand Council organized a ceremony for Gaara to meet his fiancée. Since this was an important event, the ceremony was done in a luxurious place in a private way. Gaara obviously did not want the luxury, but since he was the Kazekage, his wedding had to be done in a luxurious event to look good to other villagers. However, when the people of Hidden Sand learned about the magnitude of the ceremony, they became even angrier at Gaara, because while he was spending money on a lavish gathering, the people of the village were starving. In this ceremony, Gaara met his fiancée Hakuto, who was accompanied by Shijima, who is a kunoichi of Tsunagakure and a member of the Hoki family. She is Hakuto's bodyguard and older sister, leaving her younger sibling with the succession of the clan. Shijima looked like Hakuto a lot. The only noticeable difference between them was the thick glasses that Shijima was wearing. And the reason she was wearing thick glasses was that at some point in the past, she became an experiment of Orochimaru's. He was able to give her a replication of the Sharingan, but the experiment was considered a failure as the Sharingan was incomplete. This forced her to keep it sealed, which hindered her eyesight and caused her to wear thick glasses to compensate. After this, Shijima lost her position as the clan's heiress to her younger sister Hakuto, and she was named her bodyguard. Despite Shijima obtaining a fake replication of the Dojutsu Sharingan, she had to put a sealing technique on her eyes, due to the Dojutsu being unrestrainable. This event left her wearing very thick, unsuited for battlefield glasses. This, however, doesn't mean she cannot use her incomplete Sharingan. If Shijima unseals her Sharingan, anyone caught in her gaze is placed in a paralyzed state, which causes great difficulty in molding chakra. Well, let's return to the wedding ceremony, which was going well until the rebels hired by opponents of Gaara attacked. Among the attackers, the ones that stood out most were the twins Itoro and Metoro from the Konjiki clan. This clan is from Ishigakure, which literally translates as village hidden in stones. Interestingly enough, despite it having the same name as Iwagakure, those two are completely separate villages. And the most interesting issues that almost all the mercenaries from this village have Kekkei Genkai. The brothers were users of steel and lava release Kekkei Genkais. The brothers attacked Gaara by executing lava and steel element techniques simultaneously. For a moment, the twins put the Kazekage in trouble, but in the end, it was not enough, and Gaara, with the help of Shijima, defeated them, and the ceremony continued because it was an important event that could not be cancelled. The ceremony concluded without further incident, and everyone goes to sleep in the hotel room they had. At midnight, Baki wakes Gaara up to inform him that they were attacked, and someone took his fiancée, Hakuto. Gaara asks Baki not to do anything because he wants to handle the matter alone, and also does not want records of the incident to be left, since the reputation of the Sand Village and that of the Kazekage would fall to the ground. Likewise, Gaara not only wanted to save her just because he liked her and she was his fiancée, but also because that was his ninja way. Baki told him that he would give him 24 hours to resolve the matter alone, but that if he does not do it during that period, he will have no choice but to mobilize, and it will be inevitable that people will find out what happened. Gaara gets ready, and when he is about to leave, Shijima appears, who is the girl who had the colored Sharingan, and asks him to let her accompany him to look for Hakuto. At first, Gaara didn't want to, but the girl insisted a lot. During this time, Gaara and Shijima coexist for a bit as they follow in the footsteps of the ninja who took Hakuto. At one point, they catch up with the subject in a ghost town, and Gaara is surprised to see that his fiancée is not tied up or hurt. She began to doubt whether her sister had really been taken by force. The person who took her was Shigazane, a ninja from the same clan as his fiancée, the Hoki clan. Gaara knew this ninja because he was mentored by the fourth Kazekage, father of Gaara, who taught him how to use water release to collect precious metal from the ground, such as gold dust. Gaara then fights Shigezane, but loses because he had to save Shijima. In the end, Gaara and Shijima were trapped in an underground passageway, and this is where the girl confessed that Orochimaru did experiments with her when she posed as the fourth Kazekage. Shijima removes her thick glasses and tells him that Orochimaru had to sacrifice her body to replicate Konoja's Sharingan. The design of the Sharingan was strange because 7 colors were mixed with each other. All of that was Orochimaru's doing because when the legendary Sannin defeated the fourth Kazekage and pretended to be him for a time, he performed forbidden experiments on the people of Hidden Sand. In Shijima's case, they tried to clone the Sharingan, but the experiment went wrong and the girl had to seal her eyes with glasses since she couldn't control the colored Sharingan. After the talk, they left the corridor and started looking for Hakuto again. Gaara and Shijima reached the border between the country of wind and the country of fire, and they saw Hakuto and Shigezane holding hands. They loved each other, and the whole thing about her being forcibly taken away had been planned. Gaara tells them that he already guessed all of that, and tells them that he is not against them loving each other and being together, but warns Shigezane that he will attack him because he intends to leave the village, and that he as Kazekage cannot allow a renegade ninja to escape. When Hakuto sees them getting ready to fight, she starts to shed tears because she didn't want either of them to get hurt. Obviously, Shigezane is no match for Gaara because no matter how skilled he is Gaara. After a brief fight where Shigezane executed water element techniques, Gaara easily tanks them, and then Shijima, who is the bodyguard who was supposed to be looking for her sister Hakuto, gets into the fight and challenges Gaara. It seems she was also part of the charade they had put together to escape. Shijima removes her glasses and uses the colored Sharingan on Gaara. As her Sharingan was a failed experiment, she did not have the same abilities as the Sharingan we know. In fact, Shijima's Sharingan's only ability was to paralyze her opponent just by looking at him. However, by doing this, Shijima not only felt a burning sensation throughout her body, but she also looked affected and became paralyzed. In other words, in addition to being able to lose her life, she was neutralized. At the end of the novel, Gaara bends Shijima and tells them that as the Kazekage, his duty would be to kill 3 of them for betraying the Hidden Sand, but decides not to. At that moment, Shikamaru appears, who had previously been contacted by Gaara, since from the beginning he sensed that all of this was a love affair. Gaara and Shikamaru conclude that Hakuto and Shigezane will go to live in the Leaf Village, while Gaara and Shijima will return to the Sand Village to report that they eliminated Hakuto and Shigezane after leaving the village. With this, Gaara spared their lives and gave the 3 of them a second chance. The interesting thing about this scene is that Shikamaru made fun of Gaara because he realized that he and Shijima had developed a somewhat loving friendship. On the other hand, in Tsunagakure, Kankuro arrested a high-ranking advisor who was the one who put together the whole plan to overthrow Gaara and put another Kazekage that he could manipulate. In the end, nothing happened in the love life between Gaara and Shijima. they remained good friends, and that's all. Sharingan has been one of the most unique and iconic powers in the series. Right now, the most prominent user of Sharingan from the new generation is Sarada Uchiha, and I wonder if she ever meets Shijima, who during the era of Boruto is most likely still an active ninja, and given to the fact that she is very strong, I believe she could be as high-ranked ninja as Elite Jonin. If Sarada ever has a mission in Hidden Sand, I would love to see her meeting Shijima. Anyway, I guess this is all for today. What do you think about this video? Do you want to see other videos about Naruto Hiden novels? A lot of interesting things have been revealed in these novels, and I would love to see them. Let me know in the comments. Like this video and subscribe to this channel for more. AstroJack out. Bye.